Let the world burn!
Hot barrels, endless bombardment, burning grounds? No, that's my kind of party! I've never met Gunnar, but I heard he's dying to try my bombs. He's in for a real treat! Looks like I'm not the only one interested in your firepower. Boomboom, where do you think you're running off to now? Anyway, back to Gunnar, the guy who brings chaos and destruction wherever he goes. In battle, if there's an ally behind Gunnar, he summons a zone called the Doomfield at the ally's location, boosting their normal attack range and attack. He and the ally will remain steadfast until the ally leaves the Doomfield or Gunnar himself is defeated. Gunnar locks onto and prioritizes attacking the enemy targeted by the ally standing on his Doomfield. When he casts his ultimate, Annihilation directive, Gunnar deals damage to all enemies in a target area twice, then launches a doomsday meteor that deals damage to all enemies within range and sets the ground on fire for a while. Enemies standing in the fire take damage every second and lose vitality. Now that's a sight to behold! And when he activates his bombing engine, Gunnar fires his cannons multiple times, dealing damage to enemies around his target each time. If there's a Doomfield active, it will launch the same number of coordinated attacks, dealing damage to the target and stunning them for a few seconds. Man, that guy sure knows how to dodge his own explosions. After all those bomb tests, he's basically immune to the fallout. When Gunnar roars, he shields himself and any allies behind him, resisting incoming damage for a while. Ooh! If there's a Doomfield around, it gets strengthened, increasing the attack speed of allies inside it for a few seconds. Gunnar loves weapons and gear, and he always makes sure his firepower never runs out. Once his fire suppression is unlocked, every time an ally within his Doomfield deals a certain amount of damage, Gunnar automatically launches a missile at his current target, dealing damage to the target and healing himself. And once his firepower is upgraded, if his health is high enough, allies within his Doomfield become invincible and get a boost to their attack. At this point, I'm curious whose bombs pack more punch, his or mine. Either way, I won't let him win easily. Bottom line, Gunnar is a war expert. He strikes the perfect balance of offense and defense, using weapons and artillery to rain down destruction on the battlefield. And he's always watching out for allies within his Doomfield, supplying them with constant buffs and coordinating attacks with them at any moment. If you ask me, most of the time he's just testing his firepower. He doesn't look like the type who wants to blow the world to pieces, so don't worry. I can't wait to see him in action! When we unleash our firepower together, it'll be epic! While on the battlefield, Gunnar cranks up the heat, laying down a barrage that rips through enemy lines with absolute firepower! And his Doomfield powers up his allies, making their attacks sharper and deadlier. With my firepower backing him, I bet the enemy will be crushed under those fiery explosions before they even have a chance to fight back! Gunnar never settles for just testing his bombs, though. And to be honest, I never get tired of watching explosions light up the sky. In that sense, I think we're a lot alike. Don't you think, Boomboom? Boomboom, where are you going? Oh, you want to see whose firepower is stronger, mine or his? Is that it? Not a bad idea. Let's find out.